Hello, my furry friends. My name is Fuzzycup and welcome back to a brand new episode of Techopolis 3. So, I've been a busy bear between episodes, as usual. Let's teleport ourselves over to Enderbone Island, which was the island that we set up these on the other day. I've since added one more in because I do need quite a lot of wool soon. And I have moved over to this middle island, which is now called Zombie Island. I have moved all of the zombie predictions over here, or zombie simulation chambers over here. And I have 5 sets of 3, just so it works really, really efficiently. And they are producing absolute tons of rotten flesh, at least double compressed rotten flesh for us. So that's one thing I've done. I've also set up this guy here for this, which is the Ultimate Technium Placer. Unfortunately, I can't actually make the placer yet because I need unstable matter to make that, which is what we'll be working on today. And I still need to get the mob essence and stuff done, but I think by the end of this episode, we should be able to get at least some sort of a building made. I mean, I can make the multi-block of it so far. I just can't make the actual block itself. Full disclosure, I have been playing around between episodes with this mod here. Now, it is very unintuitive. I can tell you that. There is nothing online about it or how it works or how you're meant to make it work. So I have been playing around with it, but I thought I'd just tear everything down and I would set up a very simple system just so we can go through it together. Because, yeah, I would have loved to have the help when I was trying to figure this guy out. Let's go through the blocks first of all. Okay, so last episode we made the replica block and the replica ingot. This here is the identification chamber and it identifies things you want to turn into matter. This here is a matter tank and it can hold 8 different types of matter, so you need 8 in total, 8 tanks in total. This is a matter network pipe and this transfers the matter and power around. This memory chip here basically holds an item. So say I wanted to put rotten flesh in here. I don't even know if it has a value. But if I wanted to put rotten flesh in here, I would then put the memory chip, this guy here, into the replicator and it would replicate rotten flesh as long as I fed it stuff into the disintegrator, which is the other block that we need. So I think it's probably easier if I just put this guy together. Let's place down... actually, I think I might do it over here, because I think we're going to need to get our AE system involved. So, and that's actually the reason why I need all of the wool. I need the wool to cover the glass cable, Fluix glass cable with wool, so I can make the Fluix ME covered cable that I can upgrade to the smart cable, that I can upgrade to the dense smart cable, because we're going to have to start getting things connected. At the moment, our entire base is just small pockets of things that I have to manually take. But I would really, really like to get things connected to the AE system. So as much as I do love seeing no wires up here and around here and anywhere, it's about to get spaghetti today. Okay, so back to this thing. I am going to pop down here a quantum entangleporter. That should have, I don't know why that has water in it. There must be something connected to water around here somewhere. But let us get that connected to power, like so. The replicator can go here, and that should connect. It does indeed. I'm going to put a replicating terminal here, which is sort of like the ME terminal, but for the replication mod. Don't be scared of it, like I was. Don't be scared of it. It's not too difficult if you have someone to explain it to you. Next, I'm going to place down a disintegrator and connect that. Then the identification chamber. I'm actually going to remove these here because they're just getting in the way at the moment. So let's get this guy moved and this guy moved. So we put down our chip storage. And I think that's it for now. Let's just get the chip storage connected and that connected. So everything should have power. It does indeed. Now I need to get This, I think, maybe piped like that also, because the disintegrator can take matter out of it and put it somewhere. So this is what these matter tanks are for. And should I just put them on each side? I'll put them here. And we connect these guys up. I may make this look pretty in the future, but at the moment, this is how I'm going to do it. Okay, so think of this sort of like a combination between Project E and Thaumcraft, if you've ever played either of those mods. So, for example, if you look at this iron, hold shift, you can see matter values. And at the bottom of that tooltip, you can see something like it looks kind of like a transformer. That is the matter value. And I believe that one is metal. So what I can do is I can get this guy here and I can put him in. He will start to disintegrate and it will put it into one of these tanks. There we go. We have a metal tank now, and I'm going to lock that to metal. So let's say I want the identification chamber here. I can put a chip in. This is the chip in. And I can get, let's say, like so. And silver has a value of 9. So if I put that in there, this will upload to the memory chip. And for some reason, it does it in like 2 batches. So it's like half done, and then it does the other half, which is weird. Now, here we go. This is a memory chip with silver. And if I put that in the memory chip holder, or the memory chip storage, I should be able to go to here. And now silver is stored in here. And now you notice that silver has now 7 written beside it, which means I have enough metal in here to make 7 silver. So if I wanted to get 7 silver, what I would do is I would say, there, I would say I want 7 silver, and I would replicate it, and then this thing will very, very slowly 3D print a silver ingot. So basically I can turn something into something else as long as I have the matter values needed to do it, which is where I was very, very, very stuck earlier on today. But thanks to the BenBenLaw's Discord page, I found out that I need 3 items to basically fill all these tanks up and be able to make the matter. This unstable matter has 12 of each. So the first one I think is radiation, the second one is vegetation, third one is blocks, fourth one is food. I have no idea what the other ones are. One is nether, one is ender, precious, and metal. I think that's what it is. Don't quote me on them, I'm just going by these symbols. So the 3 items I can put in are glowstone dust, which has nether and precious, conveyor belts, which have quite a lot of the other ones, in small quantities, but still quite a lot of the other ones. And the last one, ender pearls, which have the rest. So if I can get those 3 things sort of exported to this system, I should be able to automate the unstable matter. But to do that, yeah, we're gonna have to go around connecting basically everything to the AE system, which is a lot. It's a lot. In hindsight, I probably should have piped stuff into sort of like a central system with a drawer controller and whatnot. Why is there sheep over there? Maybe I do need to put down a dread lamp, but I should have kind of piped everything into a central system. But I think with enough pipe spam, I should be able to get everything connected with external storages or these storage buses.
Many hours later.
So, welcome back, everybody. You might be wondering why I am making concrete. So I have finished up all of the piping. Well, almost all of the piping. I think I might have 1 or 2 things I've missed. But I need some white concrete to make some covers because we've made quite a mess around our, our island. So the cables are back, and this time they're coming straight down through the island. And you know what? They're actually not that bad underneath the island because there's a lot less things to connect than I thought. Like I don't need to connect any of like the plates and the rods and stuff like that. If I need them, I can just take out some and put them in the system. But I do have all the, you know, like diamonds and osmium and iron and gold. I have all the building blocks made. But more importantly, I have everything made to make the, what are they called? Conveyors? Yeah, these guys, conveyors. I have everything linked up to make the conveyors. I just repurposed this guy over here. I added in another compactor just to make some ersatz leather, and that is now connected by a ME storage bus to our system. So now we have quite a lot of things that we can work with. The other absolutely huge revolutionary thing I have done is I have started the autocrafting process. So if you'll cast your eyes over here, this is one of the things I need to fix, by the way. Cast your eyes over here, we have a crafting storage and crafting co-processing tower with a little crafting monitor as well. And we have a molecular assembler with patterns in there. So what this guy does is, if you look over here, I can make a pattern, which is actually quite easily made. I think it's just glass and gold dust or something. But I can make a pattern for something. Then I can put it in here, which is the molecular assemblers over there. This just allows you to see anywhere you can put autocrafting in. And I have the ability to autocraft all of this stuff, this stuff, this stuff. And more importantly, I can make something called a crafting card, which will autocraft these for me and put them into our machine downstairs, the replicating machine, and fill it up for us, making us the stuff necessary to make the unstable matter. Whew. Do you know what? Just to lead up to today's episode, that's been the hard part. Like, you have no idea how many hours I've spent trying to figure out how to actually work the replication mod, and then how many hours I've just been piping and doing stuff around the base. For an episode that's going to be like 30 minutes long, I've put in almost a day and a half of work already, and I haven't even barely recorded this thing. Okay, so let's grab ourselves some... Actually, no, let's put this stuff back in. Let's grab ourselves some stuff from here. Some cable anchors. So cable anchors are just a Certus knife or whatever, and any single ingot, and it turns into 4 cable anchors. But the cable anchors themselves aren't important. It's the white concrete I can use. Where is it? There. Like this. And I can make cable facades. And those cable facades can go on these, like so. And I can hide all these pipes. So now at least we can adhere to our very special rule of everything must be pretty. So I'm just gonna finish off this. I'm gonna do the same thing with some of the mud upstairs, and then we really need to get into replication because this episode is going to it's gonna drag if we don't get stuff done. Okay, and with this, we are all finished. Everything is clean. The only other thing I would like to do is make this guy here. And this network tool, it's like the wrench of AE, but the good thing about it is it makes these disappear, so you can find out where your pipes are. You don't accidentally break them. So that's another thing I need to carry around with me all the time. But yes, let us pop downstairs now, and let's get the replication mod done. Doesn't that look much better now? It's clean. Okay, so I have decided to go back over here to get this thing done. If you're wondering how I'm opening and closing that, if you go to Options, Controls, Keybinds, and look up Wireless, I have it bound to number 6 on my mouse, and you can just put it in your curio slot. So now I can just open and close it when I want. So this stuff here, we discussed it earlier, but let's put it into practice now. So let's get that system that we had previously set up, which was, where is my replicator? Okay, replicator. I don't know if I'm going to need more than one replicator. I suppose I can always just add to the system. So let's get the replicator there. Our ever-present entangler porters, biopower set, energy, eject off, and we output to every side. Okay, so we get a wire attached here, one up here for our replica terminal. Do I need 3 disintegrators? You know what? I think I will make 3 disintegrators. D-I-S-E-N. How do you spell disintegrator? So that'll be 1 for glowstone, 1 for ender pearls, and 1 for conveyors. I can now use a export bus, one of these guys, like so, on the top of each of these to export to it from the system. Also need to connect that and that. Then we need our chip storage here. Can I rotate you? I can. Nice. Chip storage there. And our identification chamber here, which I don't think needs to be connected, but I'm going to connect it anyway. And then let's get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know me, I like my symmetry. Okay. I don't like that about feral flare lanterns. When you put something down and it goes over one of those phantom lights, sometimes it goes dark and takes a while to get back up to the light level. But anyway, I'm digressing once again. Let's get you stored like this, you like this. Okay, and then the memory chip we will put in later because we need to get the blueprint for this guy. We need to get the simulation pearl unstable matter blueprint. So actually, you know what? Let's just do that now. Let's teleport over to Enderbone Island. Grab one of these. Up over here. And researcher, we need that and that. Oh, silly me. Now I know why I didn't have it done yet. Okay, so we need 4 singularities. Let's just double check. Do I have a matter condenser? I have 1 matter condenser, and this guy can not stay up there. This guy should be able to produce singularities. Do I need singularities for anything else? Don't think I'm gonna need a quantum ring. You know what? We'll just, for now, just ignore it and do it this way. Okay, so now I'm going to need to put a 64K storage in there, which thankfully I can autocraft. Put you in and then switch you to singularities. Oof, 256,000 items. Can I do the water trick again? I have 3 of these and mechanical pipes like this. This is temporary here, by the way. Just don't panic. It's temporary. Okay, you, and entangle. Boop. Let's just double check this actually works. Yes, it does. Okay, so let's get the other 2 entangled. Boop. And a boop. Export. Okay, so that's going to take a while to build up 4 of those. So while that's making 4 of those, let's get this guy over here hooked up to the AE system. So if my thinking is correct, I need an import bus from here going into the replicator because I want to import the unstable matter. And then I want these 3 to export stuff from the system to here. So export means leaving the system. So leaving your AE system, and import means entering your AE system. I know it's counterintuitive, but that's the way it works. So let's grab some Fluix cables. Get you hooked up. You know what? We'll actually do it in the middle, like this. Then let's connect you to here. That was actually much easier. Okay, so we want, in the first one, glowstone dust exported. Now, are you going to, yes, you are going to start making that stuff. Although this doesn't have power. So I need to rotate it backwards. There we go. This is making us the glowstone. Nice. The second thing here was ender pearls, like so. That should be getting us ender pearls in there. And this guy, we need to grab a crafting card and pop you in here. And then we need conveyors, like so. And this should be breaking down conveyors into all the other stuff that we need. Nice, so all of these are building up. So we have metallic, quantum, earth, living, ender, nether, precious, and organic. Nice, I'm gonna lock all of these. And then this should just continue working until all of these tanks are filled up. And then I assume that these tanks will start to fill up as well. Is the power not enough? It looks like we're not getting enough power into these. That is odd. Can I put power in the bottom? Like this? That seems to have worked. Okay. And that should be our system online and starting the production. Nice. Wonder if I need more of these. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, how are we doing on our singularities? Do we have one at least? No, we barely have a quarter of one. Huh. Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and watch the first episode of Doctor Who Season 2, the new Ncuti Gatwa one, the latest version, because it was just released on BBC iPlayer tonight. So I'm going to go watch that, and hopefully in 1 hour we'll actually have some singularities. So be right back. Okay, one dog walk, an episode of Doctor Who, and a very nice pasta carbonara dinner later. We have... Oh, I was so hoping there was more than 4 there. We have 5 singularities, and we're well on our way to getting the 6th one. I think I might actually just wait until the 6th one goes, because I know I can use these guys to make the... whatever these are. I'm sure it'll be useful somehow. So let's pop back over here. And let's get our singularities in here. Seriously, I really wish there was a time in a bottle. But through the power of editing, we have the unstable matter blueprint. Nice. So as far as I know, I now need to put that in there with that. And once again, we have to wait, I think. Wait, not with that, with that. Okay, now we have to wait again. And through the power of editing, we now have the matter blueprint. Nice. Okay, now we can finally... Oh, look, it's raining. Now we can finally go over here. No, here. A blueprint containing the data. Right-click on a chip storage with a chip inside to learn how to craft something new. Okay, so I just put the chip thing in here, the blank one, and then right click like this. No, shift right click. Oh, there we go. Unstable matter. So as far as I know now, I can... Oh wow, I can make 355 already. So if I click this and 356, using quite a lot of energy, it should start printing a unstable matter. And where does it go? It goes in there. Okay, where did that go? I thought that I had imported that. Now? Oh, there we are. Okay. So how do I get it out of there? Like that. But how do I export it into a drawer? Extract? No. How do I get these into my system? Apart from doing it manually. So, yeah, welcome back. Turns out I was, once again, just being an idiot. My game is starting to lag for some reason, so I may need to do a quick restart, but I will just show you guys beforehand. I figured out that this guy, if I put a unstable matter in there, so unstable matter drag you or put you into here, it turns to infinity mode or infinite mode true, so it will only now make these unstable matters. The unstable matters are being taken out of here. The reason I thought they weren't being taken out is because there's no acceleration cards in there, so it's actually just really, really slow. So I'm going to do a quick restart of my computer, and then we will assign a drawer to these guys upstairs, make our Ultimate Technium machine frame, and then we will start getting Ultimate Technium, and I'll be once again a very happy bear. I say very happy bear, but looks like we're going to get into this now, and I really don't want to do anything with radioactive waste. Oh yeah, that's much better. I think the reason the game is lagging these days is because, you know, after 8 to 10 hours of playing, I think the memory gets filled up and things get corrupted and things start just, you know, not working properly. So I think it's probably a good thing to, you know, just take a little break every now and again. Went and got myself a coffee, got a granola bar, and now I'm ready to totally not kill myself with radiation. Also, I assigned this guy a drawer. I just put the rest of the matter in the system because it will be taken out for this. Oh, actually, that's one thing we can do as well. Let's set up this guy right here. I should be able to do this now if I get the thing here. I need, oh no, we still need the entro-infused ingots. You know what? Let's just leave that in there for later. Okay, so flying over to this island here, I really don't trust myself, so I made myself a radiation suit. I know I'm going to break a pipe and release radiation everywhere. I've done it nearly every single time that I've made a reactor from Mechanism. In here, we have everything needed, according to this nuclear reactor placer, to make a nuclear reactor. Now it says it is a huge multi-block structure. I don't know how huge it is, so I'm going to build it kind of just a little bit over here, because I know the antimatter itself is made in the antiprotonic nucleosynthesizer, which is sort of like a, if I put it over here, it's like a round-ish ball of glass and white blocks with lasers and zappy things inside of it. So I think I'm going to put this guy over this side. So nuclear reactor. I can make this finally with the unstable matter. Quest. Here is a good place to study. Okay, that's not huge. Big, but it's not huge. Okay, so this guy takes energy and burns things. Okay, so what does it want me to make? It wants me to make a solar neutron activator and an isotopic centrifuge. So the solar neutron activator, as far as I know, makes plutonium or polonium. It makes polonium from nuclear waste. And this guy makes fissile fuel, or it also makes plutonium. So is that plutonium and polonium? Polonium. Okay, so it's two different oniums. And then that wants me to put spent nuclear waste into... Oh, spent nuclear waste is an ingredient. Ah, safe spent nuclear waste is an ingredient. So we need molten mob essence and safe spent nuclear waste. Okay, how do I make safe spent nuclear waste? Convert spent nuclear waste into safe. Okay, there we go. The Radaway machine. Okay, so we're going to need to make a ton of these radioactive barrels, which, ooh, they're expensive. Unstable matter and lead. We have a lot of unstable matter now, and lead is just always there. So yeah. Okay. So mistakes were made. I was doing a little bit of testing between recording, and we may or may not have a nuclear meltdown. I mean, I'm safe. I have my hazmat suit, so I'm not going to die. But I wasn't even recording. And, yeah. Our island is radioactive now. So you're just gonna have to deal with the clicking for a while. Oh, God. Yeah, so I was testing out different ways to do things, and I was just, I just put some of the uranium or cyanide in there, and I accidentally broke one of these things, and it had polonium in it, and now the island is radioactive. Let me just show you what I've done between clips, because typical me, I did forget to record some of it. But over here, I made a new little setup. So this is to make HDPE pellets, which is an ingredient for this solar neutron activator. So what I did was I took some of this stuff here, the biofuel, and I put it in a pressurized reaction chamber with hydrogen and water. That processes the stuff here, biofuel, into pellets and ethene, I think it is. Ethene, yeah. And then we put it into a rotary condensator and we condensatify it into liquid ethene. That liquid ethene gets then pumped into another pressurized reaction chamber right here with oxygen, and it makes the HDPE pellets from the first thing here, which was the substrate. So now we have HDPE pellets, and then we just put that through an enrichment chamber, and it turns into, where is the exit? Over here. And it turns into not the rods, the sheet, which was, like I said, an ingredient in this thing. So we did that off camera, accidentally, but it was off camera. And then I was, doing a little bit of testing, and let's just say bare noble happened, and now I'm falling through space. Great. Okay, and I suppose we don't have to be afraid now. It's already radiation. So let's jiggery pokery this around a little bit so it's a little bit better. So you can go here. That is the fuel. This ultimate pressurized tube can go here and here, that way and that way. You then need to go into this guy, and you go into this guy. So this makes polonium and this makes plutonium, or the other way around, whichever. You don't take power, you just need access to the sky, and you use solar power to make the plutonium pellets. Or polonium, we'll see. But you do need power, so that's, by the way, how I broke the thing. I was trying to put power underneath, and yeah, stuff happened. So let's do this. And then I didn't get that far. So I need to make plutonium pellets from plutonium, yeah, water. No, not fluoride. I'm not making fluoride. Does that mean I have to make 3 more stupid tanks? Okay, I'll do that off camera. Back in a bit.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so I have the brine being made over there. And now I believe if I want to make fluoride, I need to have an enrichment chamber for fluoride dust. And then to make fluoride dust, it's brine and energy in a dimension infuser. Nice. So I have the infuser placer. And then I just need reinforced casing, circuitry, and vents. So maybe I should put another flight machine somewhere here. Okay, so you have a 2 space there, so 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. So you go up there, and then you should be buildable here. Nice. Can I pump into anywhere? No, that is not the case. Okay, a thing here. Energy eject output, 1 elite block, and then it's gonna look messy, but let's just do this. Oh, this really hurts me. Okay, I'm going to, just for my own sake, I'm going to put this guy up here, and then I can put the pipes around this way and extract to make fluoride dust. Okay, and then the fluoride dust needs to be enriched. Okay, if I get an enrichment chamber and I can power it from there and extract you into there, that should, do I have any, nope, need speed upgrades. Like a boop, and a boop. Okay, that's fine. then I can put a chest here. Output to the top, lock and quantify. Pop in a downgrade. Boop. Fluorite is now being made over here. I need to get this stuff, if I maybe just do that way and that way. I need to get their outputs into a pressurized reaction chamber. One of these guys here. You turn polonium and water into polonium pellets and spent nuclear waste. And you turn plutonium with fluorite into plutonium with spent nuclear waste. And then the spent nuclear waste goes into the Radaway machine and turns into safe spent nuclear waste. Okay, we're getting there, guys. Only one minor unnatural disaster. Having said that, it just kind of look pretty, doesn't it? All this nice glowing particles. Let's pretend it's fireflies. Yeah, it's just fireflies. Don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's put you here and here. Chemicals, auto-eject on, output. Okay. Now you guys are now receiving power, correct? Correct. And then let's get you in the middle. Extract and extract. Link. Link. Pull. Then you can auto eject forward, but you can input from here. Oh no, I see it again. Okay, we skipped a step. We skipped another step. We need a crusher. Let's say here. And once again, we can give that a little bit of power. Speed and energy upgrades and a tier upgrade. You can get the fluorite here, extracted and crushed with auto sort on. Then a drawer in the front with auto export on output. Okay, so that's that done. You guys need to be here and extracting like so. Nice. And once again, a little bit of energy like so. You guys, I wonder if that's a liquid. But actually first, let's make one more Radaway machine. Put you here and here. Again, I'm going to assume they are mechanical pipes. They are not mechanical pipes. Okay, these are pressurized pipes. I'm going to use the highest level because they store more in them if everything backs up. Okay, the last thing I need to do is test this. Oh, here goes nothing. Let's, 2 things of cyanide. Pop it in here. This should start going. And then it should spread the nuclear waste equally between both of these. I also need 2 drawers on top of here and here, because this needs to auto eject items up, and this also needs to auto eject items up. Moment of truth. Is it doing things? Okay, there's plutonium or polonium is in there, and nothing's in there, but it is starting to come in. How much of this do I need? I need 1 bucket. Oh, I need water for that too. Ah, okay. Let's boop you there. You there. You there. You there. Entangle. Boom. Boom. Extract. Extract. Okay, water, polonium, fluorite. Should make a pellet, but I think we just need a little bit more. So cyanide, let's put half of a stack in. You know what, I can't listen to that anymore. Geiger level. Okay, there we go. It's really low now. Phew. Ammonium is going. This guy is not going yet. So it seems to only be going into this guy. Okay, well, hopefully in a few minutes we'll find out if it works or not. 800, 1000, 1000. Come on, give me 1000. Okay, there we go. I think we're about to get our first plutonium or polonium. Yay! Lock and quantify. Now, how do I make you extract? I do this and break you guys. Extract like this. Will it? Hey, there we go. Okay, it's separating it now. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Plutonium, polonium, extract on. Okay, finally. Oh wow, that took an awful lot. You know, I think I'm going to have to end this episode without getting the sound of success, because we really weren't very successful this episode. In fact, this was a terrible episode. I made so many mistakes. But at least I made them, so you don't have to. So if you did like today's episode, please leave a like. Like for Fuzzy, like for Bear Noble. Leave a comment and subscribe. And subscribing would be really helpful. I would really appreciate that. And until the next time, when hopefully the radioactive meltdown will have stopped. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.